So, I don't know. This is just more of a random thoughts video, you know. And but a lot of it is gonna be about the Nutbwallers, and I think a lot of it I might just even talk about is gonna relate to the Nutbwallers, you know. So to me, this is just more of a, I guess I could call it like I'm not saying it's an urgent video, but it's just like I think something just I kind of want to get out of my head, because I kind of brought it up with the everyone group chat earlier, and I just want to address it more here. At least it'll be better for me that way. Well, here's the thing, though. I also want to kind of touch on what I talked about last night. Obviously, some of it I'm gonna try to keep it as general as I could, because everything that I said in there is just so deep in that, like on a more personal level, that I can't really say it all here, But everything is just gonna be more upon my where my life is, and and as far as the Nutbwallers and what I had said earlier in earlier in the morning when I came in, So I just kind of want to start with that. Like, I know it's the middle of June. Well, yeah, we're getting to the middle of June, and for me, it's just hard to believe that I'm still in this workplace, my dump, that I'm just being surrounded by people who are nothing but favorites at this point. Lifers and favorites of the management, the company president. It's like all these people that I'm being surrounded by are just those guys. It's beyond annoying for me, knowing that, like, the people like myself and guys like Ernie, some of the harder working dudes, or the hardest working people, even Paula, I'm talking about even the guys that left, are the hard working ones. It's like they never get appreciated, and it's like what I had the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and all that, I still had some value to my role and to my employee status. But there's hardly ever anything happening for as long as that company president is still running this place, man. There's just no way. I told you, my brain just keeps rotting, and no matter how busy I get sometimes, it's like everything about this place is just abnormal at this point, I'm still I'm still taking what I'm being prescribed, but it's like, and I've been told 8 to 12 weeks it's gonna take effect. But I mean, who knows? Like, I remember that one video I made where I talked about what would have happened if I got a job in 2022. I wanted to go off so bad, but I couldn't. So, but as much as possible, and I'm feeling pretty tired, man. It's just it's a lot of things in my mind, and it's like now I'm seeing the future where it's just gonna be so different, and especially like with what's to come, and and as far as myself, like, look, right now, like, almost every day I just feel stuck with how I'm trying to get out of my demons, get out of my darkness, especially my dump that has contributed to my darkness, and like, I already said it, this Carlos said that I can go winless. Hey, a boss predicted I was going to go winless last year, he was wrong. Maybe those guys are now probably rooting for me to go winless, going 0-12 this year, so I can get the number 1 overall pick. Good one. Oh man. So funny at times. Sometimes I just need comments like that, especially for guys like Carlos, who like, so they they can at least lighten my day, even if I was, even if I needed to vent and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So, but look, I mean it's just, at this point, I will keep applying. I will keep applying, and at the same time, still learning more stuff, like, as I go. And it's, the hard part about it is, like, I'm still in that dump, and I'm always feeling distracted because my value is already being I want to say demeaned, but it's to a point where I just I just feel my role is just useless at this point, and I'm still being treated like as if it was my first year in that dump. If I ever make some mistakes, like even if it was just once in a while, I forgot to place a flyer in the G drive or so, then that company president, who happens to be my boss for some reason, to just, first of all, it's not even a real art director, who would just like the time I went to lunch, we'll go out to bitch and complain to my other coworker about me not putting these particular flyers in the G drive. And even though I've been there for 12 years, it's like he wants to just, like, he's picking on people, like, and treating them like crap. It's like, come on, man. If I'm at lunch and I forgot to put the flyers in the G drive, then obviously my coworker can just take care of that, and if it was forgotten. So it's like, if that was any other company president, and then he told my coworker that I forgot to put the flyers in there. I think that company president was, he wouldn't, like, he wouldn't demean me like that, to think that just because I forgot to put a flyer in there, even if it's just once in a while on accident, make it seem like I'm not doing my job right or consistently. And considering that I'm always putting flyers in the G drive, and all of a sudden, like, if it's forgotten, then all of a sudden they just think that I'm not doing my job right, or I just hate that. Even just one mistake, and even if I perform a specific routine right, and the next thing that happens is, the moment I mess up the routine that I usually get right, all of a sudden people treat it like I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and as if I don't know how to do my job right, or what is all this. They make a big deal out of it, and that just really annoys me like that. I get easily annoyed like that. So I'm just anybody listening to this video can, especially that one dumb troll who said that I'm the biggest crybaby ever, or whoever that fool was, I'm glad Mari defended me out there, telling me don't listen to those fools. That's my best friend right there. I think, to me, she's like, no disrespect to all my other friends, but she's the best when it comes to support, when it comes to loyalty. she's the best friend I ever had, and considering she is one of my best friends, I just think she is the best of all my other friends as far as like how she approaches me, and with the kind of support and loyalty that that like no other, in the ways that like will keep me just going and going and going, so yeah. So I'm just expressing what I'm feeling about that dump, and just knowing that no matter what I do, the same company president is still gonna work his tail off until he retires, because that's how stubborn and greedy he is, and he's just never gonna he's just never gonna be he's just never gonna be he's just never gonna change. He's just never gonna change his ways. I'm the one that needs to change and leave, just like a lot of people did in the past, just like the almost 20 people who left in 2023. I know they feel the same way, much like me. So that's something I gotta work on. I've been trying so hard to work on, but now it just seems like my portfolio and resume are both outdated, and that with what graphic design is now, it's like I gotta add something more digital, for me to even have a chance at getting another job. Heck, I should have gotten a new job then, like at least like before the pandemic, with AI already taking over. What if I'm out of this job, and all of a sudden like all these robots are gonna start taking over, taking over for most of the job positions out there that I'm trying to apply for? What if it's gonna get to that, man? It's gonna make me look like an even bigger fool that I'm stuck in this goddamn job for 12 years, and who knows, it might end up being 13 in September unless I do something about getting the heck out of there. Heck, even Juan told me it's just slow everywhere right now. You know what I'm saying? His company, my company, Disneyland will always be busy because it's a park, it's a theme park, so it's not. It's just like I'm at that point where I'm just like I'm still trying, but the future is now, not just for me, but now, like with AI just literally trying to take over the work labor. You know what I'm saying? So how's that even make me look, considering I'm still in the job like that's not even considered a real world job? Exactly. I'm a bust at this point. I know Nathan was trying to get me away from saying that I'm a bust, and I appreciate what he said, that I'm not a bust. Yeah, I'm not a bust in general. However, the fact that I'm in that dump every single day, just knowing what's expected and how I'm always rotting my brain out, it's like it's just like I feel that way, and it's to the point now where I just feel like I've failed, and it makes me want to feel like a failure, which honestly I already am. I failed in my social life. I failed in my professional life. I also failed in my life in general. I mean, the facts are there. I mean, I'm not even making up what I said, because it is true that I've failed in life, and I've failed in myself. I failed myself in my profession, my professional life, and my social life. So, look, I mean, it's just I don't even know how to look at life in a strong light, because this is where I'm at. I feel like a loner every day, and it's making me look at myself as a failure, and my social life as a failure, and it's just sad. And hell, let me just bring up the Nutbwallers here, because what I said in the group chat earlier, you know what? I'm gonna stand by it. I'm gonna stand by what I said in the everyone group chat earlier. So anyone that's just watching this video right now, y'all can disagree with me all you want. Nobody's gonna say anything. for damn sure. Not even Russ. I mean, I don't know what that fool is up to these days. You know, I heard that Mari told me that he doesn't want to hang out with me for at this moment, and you know, it's fine. Like if you know, if he's not ready, I'm not ready either. I'm not even ready yet to still bring back Russ and Dewey. I mean, look where I'm at still. You know what I'm saying? Look where I'm at. I told you, it's these mental inconsistencies that I'm dealing with when I'm in this dump. Let's just see what I'm prescribed is gonna do. Because like I said, I've been told it's gonna be 8 to 12 weeks to take effect. Let's see. Is it really gonna make a difference? Like drastically for me? We'll have to find out, man. Because I felt like crap before I left the house, and unfortunately I lost my first home game since what? Julia Montez's birthday. That was in Brookhaven. So I think prior to this loss, I think I was already on a 12-game winning streak at home. It was fantastic, you know. And I've had a lot of good wins in Cerritos Park East. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know what it is. Like I just my shooting was just total trash. Like I'm missing all my threes, and you know, it's like a lot of the shots are not going in. Considering like the last 4 games, I've just been pretty good, very efficient. So, especially from the 3-point land. So, I don't know. But yeah, getting back to the Nutbwallers, I really feel like this show, like now that I come back, I said it. It just feels different. It's different. It hasn't functioned the same, you know, ever since the group text incident from last year. I always bring it up, especially in my older videos. The group text incident and what I did earlier in January, just completely shutting down my entire friend circle. Look, man, it's like let's just face the reality. This group is not going to function the same right now. And look, I get that some of us are going through some stuff right now. You know, that's what I said in the group chat earlier. And some of the other ones, like, I don't know if it just seems damn like if they're just waiting for better results with this group or what. I don't know, man. I mean, like, as for me going forward, I already hung out with a couple people, and I'm still not ready to go back in groups. Now, with the exception of possibly Neil and the boss, you know, like, I'm just not ready to do more group hangouts, like in the, you know, like in the future, because I got a lot of things I got to focus on, and obviously, as I talked about last night with how my home life is, and you know, let's just call it my outside life. You know, it just sounds better that way. When I'm talking about my outside life, I'm talking about like outside of the basketball court, my shoot-around season, or you know, outside work life, and even my work life. It's just, you know, it's just I really don't want to say it's a disaster now, but I mean, still, it's like some things are just never going to be solved, and you know, some certain things are just still never going to be solved until I separate, or you know, it's like with the way this economy is, I don't know, man. The best I can do right now is to just get a new job to keep me fully distracted from, you know, from what's happening in my outside life. Like that's just the best thing that I can do. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Like, you know, I'm just seeing that, like, there's just so much just going wrong, and you know, I can't help but to think about my outside life in that in that atmosphere, in that aspect, you know. As much as possible. Like now, who knows? I mean, it's like now I got to deal with more just being at home and like than everything else around me. I want to improve my career. I want to improve, and I also want to. I'm still trying to get the hell out of that workplace, but it's just not happening right now, and it's just more and more frustrating. And I still going to continue feeling like total crap every single day at this rate. And considering what the people are and how the people in my dump. Look, I should have had a new job a long time ago. I should have. And I mean, if I had just some newness in my life, at least it would have been a good distraction for me to just to not see myself being anxious like this, to not see because no matter how spirited I can be, it's just I'm just never going to be looked at as the same, like somebody that belongs in that dump. And it makes me think about what my outside life is, and obviously I have no control of what's happening. And a lot of times I just feel like it just makes me feel to a point where I feel like I could have learned what I learned a long time ago, but here I am. It's like I'm still having a lot of anxiety, despite getting the help that I'm getting. And I know that my therapist and I are like really trying to work with how I can deal with my anxiety and all that, But yeah, as for the Nutbwallers, man, it's still gonna be some time until the vibes come back to what they were. Obviously, I'm still not ready, and mainly it's just because I'm not ready yet to still, talk to Russ and Dewey. I'm still not ready, man. It's I don't want those guys to see my worst. I don't want them to see my worst. I still don't want them to see my worst to this day. I don't want them to see me that I'm afraid that I'm going to be, And the thing is, I don't know when I'm going to talk to them again. I'm still taking my sweet time. That's just, until they see me get better. I don't want them to see me that they think that I'm going to lash out at them again. Obviously, with what's happening at work and, it's just, with that place just being as predictable as it is, and while me just trying my hardest to just keep my cool in there when I'm more annoyed and, just feeling like total crap than not. Yeah, I mean, that's why I can't really get on with the show yet with the Nutbwallers. It is going to take plenty of time until I've really fully recovered from all my mental health issues, and it's going to take lots of time. So yeah, I need to continue taking my time as much as I could, which is why this group does not feel the same right now, and it doesn't. So we're just going to have to see. So this is all I'm going to touch on, and it's just a lot of thoughts, but I'm just hoping that everything will just be better for me, especially with where I'm at, feeling my everyday anxiety and all that. So just I'm trying to hang in there, and that's it. All right, peace.